Time out, filet mignon with the ring on. Keep it stick on me like ching chong. Ain't too long, bro, finna be home.
Not every student athlete starts on the right academic path. Some don't know the rules. Some don't understand the difference between high school graduation requirements and the NCAA core requirements. Some realize late that eligibility isn't automatic. And that's why today's episode matters, because this story isn't about perfection, it's about correction. Welcome to Beyond the Game, Earn Not Given. Today, we're sitting down with a 4-star edge rusher at Jones High School in Orlando, Florida, Frederick Ards. And his journey proves something important. You can be elite on the field and still need alignment off of it. Let's begin.
Frederick Ards, I'm a junior. I have a 3.4 GPA. I have 54 offers from the top 5 schools right now: Florida State, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, and Texas A&M.
What's one thing college coaches should know about you?
Log in and get better every day. Coaches shouldn't have to question my commitment.
Let's rewind. Before the stars, before the ranking. Let's go back to 9th grade.
When you first entered high school, how was your freshman schedule created?
It was just assigned to me. I didn't really get to pick it out.
At that time, did you understand the difference between a class that counts for graduation and a class that counts for NCAA eligibility?
No, not really.
What went through your mind when you first found out that you were taking classes that wouldn't count towards your NCAA eligibility?
I focused on what I could control, got with my guidance counselor, and just found all the core classes that I needed to get on track.
For families watching, this is critical. Not every class that satisfies high school graduation requirements is approved in the NCAA Eligibility Center database. If it's not approved, it does not count towards your 16 core courses. That's why schedule planning in 9th grade matters.
You made a decision to transfer. What made you feel like Jones was the right move for you, academically and athletically?
I feel like Jones was it just had structure, had that support that I needed for me to develop as a young man.
What was different about how your schedule was handled here?
My guidance counselor and my coach was way more serious. We sat down, went over the classes I need to get on track to graduate on FLVS. Yeah.
Did someone walk you through NCAA core requirements?
Yes, sir. I mean, my coach did. That was the first thing he told me when I got here. So.
How did the guidance team help you get back aligned?
They helped me take some classes on FLVS, like the Algebra 1A class that I took, so they helped me get back on track. Yeah.
Fred, every student athlete develops at a different pace. Some come into high school already understanding the academic roadmap. Others grow into that awareness as the vision gets clearer. You've grown a lot over the last few years, not just physically, but academically. Let's talk about that evolution. When did academics start feeling personal to you, not just required?
Once the recruitment process got more serious, I knew that my GPA was a big part of my eligibility to play in college.
As recruiting picked up, how did your mindset towards school shift?
It was more like I had to attack my GPA instead of just just let it pile up and be something I didn't want it to be, so I took that down serious.
How do you approach school differently now than you did in 9th grade?
9th grade, for me, it was just all about football, to be honest. Then once I got here, I mean, it got way more structure, way more serious. Like, it was like a get right for me to be in that position I want to be in. So.
What systems help you stay organized and accountable today?
Well, organizations, Coach Will, my mom, just that support system I was talking about earlier. So, yeah.
Do you feel more intentional now about how you move academically?
100%. I know what's at stake. Yeah, I know.
Has college coaches asked about your academics?
Yes, most of the coaches have all asked about it.
And have they ever requested your transcripts before extending an offer?
There's that too. All asked me that also.
And has your GPA ever come up in recruiting conversations?
Always.
What would happen if eligibility wasn't locked in?
Or have nothing. Nothing.
Behind every disciplined student athlete is usually a support system at home. And tonight, we're not just talking football, we're talking standards. Mom, when did you realize how important NCAA academic requirements were?
Like Fred mentioned, we started realizing it was important once the recruiting process was getting serious. And so at that point, we learned more and adjusted.
Did you initially understand the difference between high school graduation requirements versus NCAA core course requirements?
Not at first. So I understood the high school graduation requirements, but I wasn't familiar with the NCAA requirements. And then even just knowing like the Algebra 1A and Algebra 1B class that he took at his previous school, I knew that it counted for high school graduation, but then later on I found out it didn't count towards his NCAA requirement.
And when you found out that he was taking some classes that didn't count towards eligibility, what was your initial reaction?
I was a little concerned, but we had the time to get it fixed.
And what conversations did you and Fred have at home after this realization?
Fred and I always have serious conversations about, responsibilities. So, I preach to him more, this saying that I've heard, athletics or football opens doors, but academics, keeps them open. So he listens for the most part.
And as recruiting has grown for him, how do you balance supporting his dream while still holding him accountable academically?
It's been a lot. I fully support his goals, but I always have to remind him, student comes before athlete. So school comes first, at the end of the day. So, yeah.
And what is non-negotiable in your household when it comes to grades?
What's non-negotiable? Effort. Effort. Fred knows, if his grades are slipping, then football pauses.
If football ended tomorrow, what matters most to you about his preparation?
What matters most? I would say his education, his character. I am proud of the player that he is, but I'm more proud of the young man he's, becoming. So if football was to end tomorrow, he would still be prepared.
And Fred, when you hear your mom talk about standards like that, what responsibility do you feel?
I feel like it's my responsibility to meet those standards and sacrifice a lot.
This episode matters because not every athlete starts perfectly. Some schedules are created without full understanding. Some classes don't count. Some lessons come later. But eligibility isn't about where you start. It's about how you respond. Fred's journey proves something powerful. You can be 6'5", you can be 225 pounds, and you can be a 4-star recruit. But if your core courses aren't aligned, none of it matters. Correction is earned too. This is beyond the game, earned not given, because discipline in the classroom protects the dream on the field.